All right, so the thing we started off doing when we left off on Saturday is we got this page going. It's pretty empty, so we need to start filling that out. Let's see. So we added Zod, React Hook Form. Yeah, we need to get some of that stuff going. Oh, hold on. We had that. But what we need to do is follow their docs better. Here it is, form. All right, we see these things in there. Let's go look at their example. And yeah, we need to end up bringing in some of this stuff. We're going to need a schema. Man, yeah, this album makes me want to go back and play Vice City. I think a Vice City remaster would be huge. But the problem is Ray Liotta has passed away. He wouldn't be able to provide the voiceover. So that's a little tougher. But yeah, so this ends up being email. Oh, that didn't work. Does Zod not have an email validator anymore? Oh, wait, no, it's string. That's right. And then dot email, I believe, right? That's one of the validators that you add. Yes. That's right. All right, so then let's see how this renders. We didn't start the server. Healer? Maybe I didn't have it focused. Okay, so we do have an error here. What am I doing wrong in their boilerplate? I need to do the... Yeah. That's what we needed. I do JWTs. There are people that will argue that JWTs and local storage are a bad idea and you should never use them. But their reasoning is really fuzzy and not that great. Right? Their reasoning is, well, another script on the page can read it, and you've got a problem. The auth component? I don't know what you mean by that. Like, you're seeing me build the login form right now. Auth layout is just a layout. It's just a card in a page that doesn't have all the other dashboard style layout stuff. That's it. So wait, where is Zod Resolver coming from in their docs? I don't use React Hook Form that much. It's always felt a little heavy-handed. But yeah, for some reason, Super Maven was able to find it. VS Code wasn't. That's weird. All right. Right? Like, this is the auth layout. It's just a card in the middle without all the other bullshit. Oh, right. Um, right. Can you do like button 4? Okay, so it must be the ID of the form, which is easy enough. Login form. Yeah. Perfect. All right. So now that should look much better. And we probably don't need to do MT8 because it's probably doing that part for us. Yep. Okay. Okay, so what I want to do here then, or items, center, justify center. And it's not register, continue with Google? All right, we'll do something like that. Honestly, we can just put that in there. I don't know what OAuth providers I want to support by default. Definitely Google, Blue Sky. We'll probably just turn these into the icons. Yeah, Google, Microsoft, Blue Sky, Twitter, and maybe GitHub. At which point we should probably just do the icons, right? And Shad CN, like technically Neo Brutalism does Lucide icons anyway, right? It embeds the SVG. Let's go to their source code and just look. Sorry, Warble. That got identified as a link. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so yeah, we'll do Lucide. They really not have Google icons? What? I got Twitch and Twitter. God, that's just so annoying. Yeah, I'm not sure how to build .NET applications for distribution. I've only ever used Go Releaser for that kind of thing. At GetKraken, we have an Electron app, and releasing for Windows, we use a thing called Squirrel. But not a coworker, but hold on. Hold on. Velopack might be another thing to look at. The person who built Velopack is very much like a .NET user, so I would guess that's like their happy path. So give Velopack a shot. God, that's just so annoying that they don't have a Google icon. Well, okay, then do it. Like, I don't know, man. Like, seems like you already know what you want, so why are you even asking? Yeah, we're gonna need separate icons no matter what. Mm. Yeah, I think we just end up needing to do the default. They do the rounding and all that bullshit too. Oh my god. Google, you're the fucking worst. Notification tool. Right, right. So they're gonna force us to at least do. All right, let's just do this. And yeah, we're calling it Sky Funnel. That isn't right though. All right, let's see it there. We need to restart the server. And it's not icon, it's logo. Let's try W12. All right, and then button here. How do we style the button better? All right, so then we got a button there. And then, yeah, instead of that, we don't need any of that. We do need a wrapper around this. I don't know. Looks okay for now. Wondering if we want to just make the login button full width. And then give this more space. Let me get more music going, though. Okay. So then, yeah, the Blue Sky one, the Twitter one. Not on stream normally. I live in Washington State, so it's still legal, but, nah, not normally. All right, we had 5 of them. GitHub was another, and MySpace was another. Or not MySpace. Microsoft was another. Yeah, right? Log in with MySpace. Let's do that. That sounds way better. We're still going to call it Twitter in the alt text. He can't stop me. Exactly. A lot of people did, Pixori. I think I've seen you over there before, but just in case, you know Jay Langsdorff, right? Jason Langsdorff. Yeah, he actually says the same thing. Like, he got his start basically with MySpace. Now, technically, mine started back in like GeoCities days, but it doesn't mean I was good at it. And even then on MySpace, I wasn't that good at it. But yeah, like I'm slightly older than Jay Langsdorff, so I don't think he ever had a GeoCities page. One of those things though, like I don't know. I don't feel older than Jason Langsdorff. I don't feel older than Kent C. Dodds and Ryan Florence. And I think it's mainly because like they were already like well into their careers by the time I was starting mine as a software dev. So if we consider us in like software dev like years, yeah, they're older than me for sure. Yeah, I'm 40. Okay, so yeah, Google, Microsoft, Blue Sky, Twitter, GitHub will go before Twitter for sure. Oh, but a bunch, like, I think the only PNG we have is the Google one. All right, so let's see this. Will it blend? Yeah, that looks good. I'm into that. So then, yeah, we got flex gap. We want items center. Justify center. And there we go. Yeah, I'd consider that nice and neo-brutalist. Right? That looks good to me. Definitely not clerk. No, I'm doing my own JWT, and then I'm just doing OAuth through this other stuff. I even told myself I would use some third-party like auth provider, but like, dude, JWT is just so easy. Like, it's just so damn easy. Like, magic links are just so damn easy. Like, rolling your own auth is really not that hard. But yeah, the whole clerk thing, like, yeah, the middleware problem, like, dude, crazy. Nah, Mosino, it's really not that hard. This project is probably not going to need SAML and any of that shit, but if it does eventually, then that's when we can start crossing that bridge. Auth.js? Sure, I could look into it. But okay, so we've got our form, right? There's maybe some more stuff we'll want to do for the layout. Yeah, we rolled our own two-factor and it wasn't that bad either. It's like totally doable. It's just more, is it worth your time? I think that's the important part. But yeah, username, password, also not that hard, but managing it is a lot harder. Right? Like all the bullshit you got to do when you're doing email password. Whereas instead, if you just opt for a magic link, you no longer need to send a verification email because they verify by using the magic link. You no longer need to have a password reset because they get the thing to their email every time. So you cut out a lot of the bullshit when you do magic link first. But you absolutely must provide alternatives via OAuth because some people hate magic links, which I can understand. We should definitely call that out, though. So this is where I'm maybe a little less stoked on this, but we're going to say width. And now we're going to do min and max. Uh, 24 REM. How many pixels is that? 384. There's no phone thinner than that that's going to matter. So now that's fine. We can just say W24. All right. Yeah, I like the way this looks, though. This is nice. Email and two-factor? No passwords or magic links was interesting. I could see that working. Yeah, I think requiring someone to get like an authenticator code is actually like a barrier to entry that isn't necessarily great, but for certain things it matters. Frackery, I'm doing all of it today. So we're currently working on the front end, but we're actually doing it to validate our SDK. So now we're about to wire up to the back end. So we're doing full stack today. As with most of the stuff I work on, it's full stack. We're going to jump between the stacks as we build out features and pages. The API for this is far less formal than a lot of the other APIs you've seen me build. So I didn't have to spend a lot of time validating that, which means I'm going to also have to be going back and like fixing the API as we try to use it. So this is a very much like more fast and loose thing. The API isn't going to be something that other people end up using. It's only like an internal API for me to use from the website. I can't imagine why someone would want to get a public API for the app that this is. All right, so the next part, import, and this I haven't actually used. Well, I mean, we're gonna have state. We're doing both. Elixir's the back end. Bad Cop, we've been doing Elixir for over a week. Where you been? You managed to come in the moment we're doing the front end to integrate with the back end? Now I get it. I did see a clip of like the bash stack stuff. Oh, you're at GDC. Okay. I've never been to GDC. Is that fun? It's all right. Yeah, it strikes me as one of those ones that is kind of like GitHub Universe, where it's like they're just there to shill their own products, which is fine. Yeah. Yeah. I think it makes sense, though. All right. We called this SDK. Let's see if we get some type safety from this. Uh, and React hook form. Oh. So where's the okay? Handle submit is a thing that you get out of it. Oh, and then you create your own submit handler. Ah, that's how they want that. Okay. The hell is this expecting? Interesting. Okay. So yeah, OpenAPI generator. I'm not a big fan of how OpenAPI generator does this. So, okay. Async. And actually, I don't even know if it needs to be async. I am not going to SourceForge. What is NSWAG? So it's a .NET thing. Well, before I abandon it, hold on. OpenAPI generator docs. Is there a way we can customize what gets generated? Yeah, customization. Okay, so I don't necessarily want to customize it that way. Yeah, so OpenAPI generator isn't nearly as good as I was hoping. Right, like this is just gross. Hold on, let me do one thing here. Shit, what did he call it? Yeah, it's almost like it'd be better just to generate the type anyway. Like, see a lot of functions and classes. I don't see any interfaces. Yeah, so OpenAPI Generator's SDK doesn't give us like anything in the way of types. Right, we can get models. Oh, we do see that. Okay, so there are interfaces in there. I'm not sure why they weren't being auto-completed. Maybe they're namespaced to dot models? But what about male models? Just got a driver update and everything broke. Yikes. Ugh, that's not good. So this is kind of nice. Okay. So then I think I might be back to just using my services and like the fetch wrapper stuff. Let me get more music going. But yeah, it might be AMD to blame. I've heard AMD has problems with drivers, just in general. If they would just do the right thing and go open source, like things would be better for everyone, right? Brand new and still issues like that? That's crazy. Dude, yeah, that is just gnarly. What is the vendor? If it's Hewlett Packard or Dell, well, then that's your problem. It is a ThinkPad. Oh, that's even weirder. Yeah, ThinkPad should be good. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Nothing forces us to use the SDK, like the generated SDK. We get some types out of it, though. And I think that becomes really nice. Because then, as we update things, we can update the types, and we can call that good. Okay. Oh wow, it's even got an RTX GPU. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Yeah, it's just a shame it's so like buggy. And yeah, I guess here's something, right? Yeah, all right. So we're just gonna use the types from the SDK. We don't have to use the SDK directly. I think that works for me. Which means we do need a fetch wrapper with interceptor support. That is not what I wanted. All right, so make fetch happen. That's a good name. All right, so make fetch happen might not be the option. It might be something like crossfetch. I know there's like another library I'm thinking of. Is it Wretch? I might be thinking of Wretch. Yeah, so no way to set up interceptors though. Oh wait, that was crossfetch. Oh wait, no, no. Here's Wretch. Yeah, I think my capture card's no good. It's doing a bunch of like downsampling. So yeah, I need to get a better capture card. You're totally right on that. And yeah, I plan on doing it soon. I'm just slacking. So hold on. Let's close a bunch of these tabs that we don't need right now. We'll use Lucide here in a bit still. Those ones can go away. That one we'll keep. God, and what is the library I'm thinking of? Got. I think it's got. There we go. Super Agent, which is still maintained. That's crazy. But yeah, I think it's got. Oh. KY. Yes, not got. Okay, so it's not downloaded that much, but it was KY. That was exactly what I was looking for. All right. All right, so then it's ky.create. Perfect. Okay. Okay. And wait, is this all by Cindersaurus? Dude, he puts out so much high quality work. It's crazy. Okay, so let's think about this. I'm going to create it here at the top level. We're going to call it services still. We're going to have base. And we can grab that from Walter, actually. Looks like I don't have Walter open anymore. Interesting. All right, so we're going to adapt the one that we have. But okay, so base URL, we don't care about that. Stores, auth, we do end up needing stores. Yep, so we need to install Yotai and start setting up our stores. That goes away. That goes away. We are going to need to do previous path at some point. His sandbox doesn't exist, though. Uh, Shit. And yeah. The navigate function from React Router shouldn't be reactive. I don't understand why it is, but we're gonna do this anyway. All right, so let's do it. Yeah, we'll close that. We'll head back to here. All right, we got to add Yotai. Actually, I should not have closed that because I just realized, yeah, I'm going to need to grab a little more boilerplate. All right, like this one. And we'll comment that too. All right, so we're going to start just like nice and easy. We only need a few of these things so far. All right, so then, yeah, Axios here. We'll hard code the base URL for now. Oh, I didn't actually install Kai yet. Yep, PNPM add Kai. Oh, that was the wrong thing to do it in, though. And yeah, I'm basically getting ready to set this up in a way that I can start dog fooding the Get Kraken CLI for multi-repo stuff, because I haven't had much of a chance to do that yet. Like, I don't have a good project set up. This will be a good project to test it on. So yeah, base URL is that. All right, so here we see it. Prefix URL is what they call it. So we'll just update that. What up, Quas? How you doing? I'm doing well. Yeah, so navigate, we hold off on. An app to listen to Blue Sky and notify people when they're mentioned. Oh. Hold on, let me check on something here. Do. All right, so yeah, what I'm thinking about is like how my service needs to do some of this. Because we no longer set the interceptors on it via... via any of this. Hold on. So if we look at extend, it creates a new instance with things overridden. Or overridden. Sorry. Let me get more music going. So what I think I want to do is instead of defining those like that, I should have done this. Yeah, so then generic instance we can just do like this. Authenticated and unauthenticated. Yeah, no, we don't need that either. So then prefix URL, and yeah, we can duplicate that. I don't mind. How we end up doing the navigation back to the login page is trickier. We don't necessarily have to use navigate. We can just set the URL and call it good. I think I like that. Yeah, so let's do this. We're going to have authenticated Axios, unauthenticated Axios. And then this is where we end up we do want to have like a base instance. And we're calling it Axios still. That's a mistake. All right, so we'll do headers there, which means we don't have to set it there. The before request then doesn't happen, but the after request will. So after response, Okay, that works. So then, if response dot status equals 401, okay, yeah, so we had some of that logic before. The previous path we're not doing yet. Yeah, we'll allow that. So then before request goes away, base instance is then what we get there. And we can even just say base KY. It's a little easier. Auth KY. Sure, nice and short. Generic KY. We could just do as KY. So yeah, there we go. Okay, why is that there, plus R? I'm a little curious about why you say that. All right, so then here we extend it. That's where we're setting that stuff. We call that good. And I think all of this other stuff is done. So yeah, our class is simplified now, at least. All right, so then, yeah, the main gist is we have this base HTTP service. This is where we set up the KY instances. We don't end up needing a lot of this BS. Right, handle unauthorized. All right, so then we set the location. Oh, yeah, we'll comment that for now, too. So hold on, wait, let me see what you're saying. So yeah, no warnings or anything. Yeah, that's annoying. All right, so handle unauthorized, update batch state. So yeah, batching, I don't care about. Unauthorized, I don't care about. All right, this is a much simpler application. So we've got our base there now. So now we have auth.ts in here. Extends that. We bring in base HTTP service. I don't need a constructor for it. Oh, come on, VS Code. There we go. All right, so then this is probably body. That's a little annoying, but sure. Yeah, so I'll do this. Email. And then the type is login params. All right, so I'm at least able to get the params from that. That's kind of nice. So technically, we get type safety whether we're destructuring this stuff or not. So we can just do grams, right? Oh. We get verify response. Okay. No, I like this so far. Yeah. So that now when we do this, we know that it's going to come back with a response promise of verify response. So we get all the type safety there without a lot of the same boilerplate that I had in my other implementation. So I like this so far. Yeah. No, this is pretty good. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm quite liking this. I do need to use the restroom. Let me go do that real quick and pour some more water. And yeah, I'll be right back. Give me just a sec. Right, so hold on, let me catch up. So added in C99. Okay, so that's pretty recent. So I guess here's the thing plus R, right? Like, is the thing that you're passing that you're expecting to be warned about, Is that something that you have like hard coded as a constant? Because otherwise, if it's something that you're defining at runtime and the array can be whatever size at runtime, there's no way the compiler would ever know that it's beyond that. Okay, so if it is constants, that would definitely be a compiler issue. But if it's something that you're like defining at runtime and dynamically adding to, and it could possibly be at least size X or over size X, that's a totally separate thing. But at least once you understand that, can you recognize that they might not have just built the constant part of it? See, I don't know. You're frustrated, but I just... There's a reason there's other languages that have been invented since then. All right, so we don't need this. Exactly. All right, so we've tested out the login stuff. What this basically means is we need a second route. We've got login here. We're going to call this one verify. Sure, why not? It does not take in a form or do any of that. I understand that, Raimu, but it's, to me, it's not expected as a constant, right? If it's really about just performance optimization, you can let the compiler know about it ahead of time. Yeah. So then, if it was just made for that, I can understand them not having constants in there because it doesn't matter, right? As part of like the support and the validation for it. So then card footer doesn't exist. The OAuth stuff doesn't exist. And what's up, Talons? How you doing? What are you up to? Okay. Yeah, I don't think I realized that you needed that. I remember you mentioning like seizures and stuff like that in the past. No, yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't think I was like fully up to date on your situation. Yeah, exactly, Rima. Yeah, purely about compile time optimizations, which a more robust compiler might be able to figure out on its own, but back then, eh. Oh, interesting talents. Gnarly. Okay. Oh, and that is that. I don't use OpenAI much. We're building the auth layer for the application I'm building. I am using middleware on the back end, but it's an Elixir app, so the Next.js stuff has nothing to do with it. But yes. So here in services, we've got the class made, but what I actually want to do. Basically, none of these depend on state. On the front end or the back end. Sod on the front end, and then Elixir stuff on the back end. Honestly, like these don't even need to be classes. I mean, maybe it could get man in the middle, but that would be a complete breaking of like HTTPS. If you're gonna write code based on the assumption HTTPS could break, you can't trust the internet in general anyway. Like at some point, you have to have trust in the systems you're using. And that's fine. Like I don't know if HTTPS breaks, something has gone terribly wrong, and you're not going to guard for that situation. Like it's just impossible. You do have to validate on both ends, sure. You validate on the front end to make sure that the user has a better experience. You validate on the back end to prevent abuse. Problem solved. Yeah, I don't think this base service is even necessary anymore, right? Like, I think this is just a needless abstraction. Well, we're still starting from scratch, kind of. We're just taking some boilerplate that we used to have because of how we were doing it and how Axios works and some of that stuff. But yeah, now I don't know. I'm almost thinking we could probably rewrite what we have over on the other app. All right, so then let's go fix some of this. We don't need that. Don't need that. So then here in auth, I do want to do it as a class here. Just don't need the base service class. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. All right, so we don't need auth ky here. For other stuff we end up implementing, we will. But yeah, for now, I think we're good. So then this ends up being wait, did that not bring it in? Okay, so it did bring it in. Why am I not getting a completion? Oh, I forgot to label it as static. All right, so then here we do the verify. And we do a catch. So then here, yeah, that's where we can get navigate from the router. Yeah, I'm going to call that good. So then here, let's update this. This is logging in, ... Oh, and someone asked a question earlier, what is a magic link? Are you still out there? I forget who asked that. Musino. So yeah, a magic link is basically login without a password. So you do like, your login, you send the email. We take that email, we generate a code behind the scenes, we send an email to your email address with a URL that has your email address and that code in there. You click those things, you click that link, it goes to our website. We pass that data into our backend to make sure that you are the person we sent the link to. That is a magic link auth flow. One thing you might recognize is that a magic link is basically the same as your password reset, like link. So if you're worried about someone getting access to your email and, well, at least they don't know my password, they can just reset your password anyway if they have access to your email. So the email is still like the bottleneck there, or the point of insecurity. Yep. There's plenty of companies that do it. Vercel does their auth that way now too. If you don't log in with OAuth, Vercel has an email flow that functions that exact same way. For the most part, magic links are a fallback. OAuth is definitely the right way to go. Some users don't want to use OAuth, and that's up to them. But it's way better than having to manage, login BS. All right, so what we end up needing is some spinner, and we don't get that from Lucide either, right? Spinners. Are there good pure CSS spinners? Oh man, there's a lot of them. Holy shit, there's a lot of them. Obviously, we pick the egg, right? Oh, I kind of like the Pong one. I think we do the Pong one, right? Nope, not what I wanted. Pong loader. There we go. The thing I don't like about these is the fact that we can't change the size without like fiddling with it pretty heavy. Whereas something that had props that we could just pass would be nice. I'm fine with it though. All right, so then verify. Let me just do this while we wait. Here in card content. We killed that. Gotta bring it back up. Oh, but we killed the server, so we're no longer on that one. We're on that one. We got ourselves an error, though. Oh, no route matched. Yeah, we haven't actually set that route. Okay. Let's just say H 12. Oh, right. But yeah, we don't have an inherent width for that. So We can just give it MT 16. Oh, but that's why we needed the wrapper. That's right. All right, we'll put the wrapper back. All right, so now we got to fiddle with our loader a little bit. Just doesn't quite look right. Oh, and it does get a height. So yeah, we want to just make it bigger. Let's make it 80. All right, so let's just double all the numbers that matter. The transform might be off. Ah. So then, yeah, I think the shadow is what we got to start fiddling with there. All right, so if we made that 50, these 10s we want to double as well. Cool. Into it. And we could always do a little bit more. Probably not unless we did scale on like the wrapping element, because we're already doing scale in like a bunch of these like animations. And it's a thing that we copied, but eh. Like if we put it behind a wrapper, maybe. So we'd have to have like Pong loader wrapper, and then that would have the scale. That would be doable. So yeah, I'm okay with that. I think it looks fine. Doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, so then do we have the back end going? We do. And that redirects us. But we probably want to show a toast and like do the navigate on a time. Use client, eh? Not that it matters. All right, so now I got to look at their docs in Neo-Brutalism for toast. Ah, okay. All right, let's clean up the boilerplate that we're not using. So then the usage is you do toast and it would have title, description. Need to define my own variant, but we don't need to do that right now. Okay, so, right, we get sent back here because we don't have the code. What was the email that I did register? It's going to be in my seeds for the Elixir stuff. I think it is in priv. Repo seeds. There we go. So admin@harker.com. So yeah, the next bit here is we're not showing them the state that they need to log in, but we at least should have gotten. Ooh, looks like that form didn't even submit. Yeah, nope, we just see verify email. And yeah, hold on. There's one thing I want to do. Instead of window.location.href, uh, window.history.pushState. Okay. And then, yeah, we need to maintain some state. Here on this page, yeah, our state is basically submitted or has submitted. And yeah, we didn't wire this part up yet. So then auth service dot login data. We do need to use toast again. And then here, this is toast dot, or it's just toast. Title error logging in. Variant destructive. Sure. All right, so error logging in, but why? Yep, because we set the wrong base URL. I think it's localhost 4000. And yeah. Interesting. So we don't see that request being made. Why? What did I forget? Oh, okay, okay. No, I get it. So here in auth, those are starting with a slash. All right, so I think I'm misreading something about how to use KY here. Oh, and instead of body, I can just do JSON. Yes, that is way better. I still don't think that's actually our fix. Because, yeah, error input. Oh, must not begin with a slash. I missed that. I can read sometimes. All right, so localhost 4000 failed. No route found for options. Right. Um. So yeah, accepts JSON. We need a new plug. And honestly, we're just not using this one. Yeah, so piping through API, we see plug Elixir web plugs cores. And what up, Roni? How you doing? Just working on our API. We've got a cores issue right now. This should definitely be working. Let's double check the network. Yep. Oh, options 404 not found. All right, hold on. I got to look at how to do Phoenix core stuff. We could just bring it in. Yeah, let's just bring in a plug. I don't think we need to do a custom one. So this plug is that. Yep, we let that recompile. We bring in cores plug where it's needed in the router. Double check their docs. When it's plug, cores plug. Interesting. So we've got it on all of the endpoints now, but we don't seem to be getting it. No route found for options. Oh, right. Oh, I see, I see. So they recommend it up here. Okay, okay. Plug.session probably goes away too. I don't see why I'd need that. Yeah, that should be just fine. All right, let me get more music going. We'll restart the server just to be sure. Okay, cool. So the pre-flight works. We got a 500 sad panda. Right, because permissions not found in thing. Because we didn't call that. And yeah, like we get rid of that. We don't have that because there is no thing we do there. So I'm fine with that. We can get rid of that. Now hold on. Wait, at the router level, put API spec. I think I might be messing up not having that right now. All right, so we are able to query a little bit, right? Like query is okay for users. Query is not okay for magic links, though. Huh. Okay, let's figure out why. Oh, and get user by email seems to not have worked here. Even though it should have, because our seed should have run, but you know what? I don't think it did. So hold on, we dropped this at one point. How do I refresh it? Oh, refresh. Interesting. So yeah, then mix. We migrate. Then what is the command to do, like running our seeds? Uh, that's it. Mix run. Right, so those got inserted. Sure. Okay, so then last login at. Perfect. Yep, yep. Nope, that works. Okay. So then insert into magic links fails. And that would be our issue, maybe? All right, we're doing a ULID generate. We probably wanted bin generate. So yeah, ecto ULID. Yeah, so I think I want bin generate. Wait, shut down. Why is it shutting down? Elixir, Phoenix. Let's double check it. Exited, shutdown. Okay. So where is that set up? Is that at endpoint? Like, where do we see logger in here? We don't. Hmm. Okay, so runtime tools is added by Phoenix.new. Aha. Here we go. Logger, format metadata, handle Sassel reports true. Think that'll do it. There it exited again. Well, that's not good. Yeah, all these are pretty old. Okay. So Sassel must be started before the logger. When is this article from? To 2019? That's not promising. We skip this song. All right, so we basically expect this to fail out again, right? We see the shutdown. We don't see anything coming from why it's shutting down. My main guess. Hold on, let me do this. So that's up in config there. What's interesting to me is that it's not consistent with how long it takes to fail out. I'm guessing this is related to the WebSocket listener, but I don't know how. So there it was. There it shut down again. Wondering if we're just getting disconnected there. There it is. Okay. So the remote is closing on us. So the remote is closing on us. Why? That looks all right to me. Like the connected, like it got going again. But the application exited, which is no good. Okay. Well, no, that seems to work. Okay. Interesting. I think that was a red herring. The bin generate was no, like, definitely not the issue. Like, the timing is right. Like, you're totally right about the timing. That was just a red herring. Like, unrelated. The flakiness of the WebSocket connection is really bumming me out. But yeah, like this is the bug that we would get if bin generate was a problem. Yeah, the flakiness of the jet stream is an issue. Like we might have to just not do the jet stream. Do a bunch of BS on top of it. Which is really annoying. But we can move past it because it's not the problem with what we're doing with the bin generate part. Now, here's the weird part. We were able to generate the code at one point. But I think that was before we were doing the create and update user part. Which means, no, it was definitely before we were even creating the magic link. Let me double check inside of create magic link. Yeah, the ULID stuff is wonkier than I would hope. So yeah, Postgres expected a binary of 16 bytes, got a string. Is that a 16 character string at least? It's 26. Well, that would probably be part of it. Okay, hold on. I might have messed that up. Oh. All right, we'll roll back all. Did I miss that from the ULID docs? I think I did. All right, so migration primary key, migration foreign key. We've got that set, right? Let me make sure of that part. Yeah, so we've got those. So I definitely want to do that, right? We want it to be global. Okay. So I don't think I need to do this part anymore. Let me get more music going. All right, no unsaved files. Now hold on. So that goes in config here. Auto generate true. So here's the tricky part. We were able to seed our data just fine, which means the ULID thing was working completely. Okay, so that's actually working now, right? The auto generates true. So we have to go through and do that back again, which is fine. Should have gotten it to a point where I could just undo it. Yeah, I should have just removed it for a couple things. Okay, so we fixed all that. What I'm thinking is this is part of our issue. We could just make that a string. But that seems like a hack. Let me just roll back and recreate. Right, that works as expected. Let me go look at the migrations again real quick. So no issues on this repo. I'm wondering if I just make that a string. So let me undo it. All right, so we do that there. Then we head back up to the schema. That becomes string. This becomes string.t again. Those seeds work. Okay. Okay. So it's definitely something to do with how we were setting that to binary as a column rather than binary ID. Yeah, okay. So it was related to that at least, you know. Could have been something to fix. So yeah, we're able to insert that. We get this path. What we want to do now, and it's actually going to be auth/verify. We'll just go fix that real quick. Ooh, and the interesting part is I could actually... We could create a string from this. And we could do like the macro p syntax. But yeah, so if we go here... Oh shit, and no, the front end is just verify. Never mind. Invalid email or code. We got a 404 for that one. So yeah, this is actually wrong. Because yeah, that's the front end route. So then what was the failure here? No route found for post auth verify email. Right, right. So this is where having the SDK be like more used would be better because it would like then we'd abstract out the path. I think I'm okay with it. It's just auth / verify, and that's okay. Nope. All right, so there we get a 400. All right, so let's go look at that endpoint now. So we ended up getting a 400 sad panda. Why? Right, like email code is what we're looking for. Email code. I did realize, hold on. I forgot an equals for that. But we got a 400 from that. But we should be getting a 401, not a 400. All right, so if we do that, I'm okay with the warning there. We haven't deleted the magic link encode yet either. Let's just do another login. Easy enough. Admin at Harker. Log in. We're not tracking that state properly, so that's a bug. We do get that, though. All right, so user is fetched. And yeah, this right here is gross. It's definitely something we can check there. Okay, here we go. Now, and it was even in there. Yeah. All right, so BQX cannot be cast to type ID in query. Yeah, so then what that means is any place that we're going to be doing fetching of something that could be one of those values, we got to do something like something like that. Oh, no. So we're gonna have that. I did it on the wrong endpoint. God, we are just running into so many issues with the UU or ULID stuff. Almost want to just go back to numbers. Oh, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Yeah, I saw that it was a tuple that was coming back. Right, so now it's still that. Cannot be cast to type ID. I have to watch that in a sec. Yeah. So, I do have a bit of a plan tonight. So I will be going out, which means now is probably a good time, and it's good to like end on an error. This is definitely something. This is something to do with casting the IDs. And there's got to be some way we can do that. I don't know what the fix is at the moment, but there's definitely a fix for it. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out. So that's our plan for tomorrow. Probably no gaming stream tonight. Even if I did, it would be a co-working stream because I got a bunch of work to do still. So who knows? Maybe I get back around like 10 o'clock tonight or something, or a bit later, and then I do some work for a few hours. That might be the option. But we have a good plan of what to work on for this tomorrow, and it's casting issues that are getting us. So we got to figure out what that is, right? If we leave it the string representation, it hates it. If we try and turn it into a bin, it hates it too. So yeah, it's definitely some kind of casting issue. So yeah, let's figure out who to go raid. I see non-codes is going. Yeah, let's go raid non-codes. But yeah, I'm gonna have some sushi tonight. So yeah, everyone on YouTube, thank you all for hanging out. Appreciate you. I'll see you again soon. And yep, same Chris time, same Chris channel tomorrow. So later.